Heredity. Okay, now lesson objectives I want to start with. First, we will study what is heredity. Then, Gregor Mendel, who is he? What kind of scientist he is? What he studied? What he achieved? Actually, we will see all. And characteristics. What are they? What are traits in the species? What are self-pollination? What is self-pollination? What is true breeding? And what happens if two true breeding plants cross each other? What will happen? Now, one by one, we will see. First of all, what is heredity? Traits such as hair color result from the information stored in genetic material. The genetic material here is DNA in our body, in our cells actually. Traits are the each and every properties, features in our body, like hair color, like different colors of different part of our body, like our eyes, like our skin, okay, the shape of the nose, shape of the hand, height, all of them can be said, okay, in the category of what traits, okay. We have different traits, and they are transmitted by genetic material from parents to the offspring. Its name is heredity. Okay, what is heredity? Is the passing of genetic material from parents to offspring. Okay, offspring here, as you know, the child, the new baby, the child of any species, like dog. Dog also has offspring. Puppy is offspring. Our baby, for example, it is also offspring, right? Heredity is the passing of genetic material. Genetic material, as you know, DNA pass from parents to the offspring, right? That is called heredity. I think you understood. For example, here that guy has brown hair. Its trait is brown hair. Okay, this guy has ginger color, hair. It is called again trait. Okay, they have different trait on the same gene. Okay, hair color gene, for example, hair color gene is the same gene which is present in each and every human being, but they may have different features. They may have different traits. Like one of them is brown, other one is yellow, other one is black. Like that, it can be changed from person to person. Okay. Now, actually, here, guys, I know that all of you are curious about the, variety of the people. Oh, Mister, why do I have blue eye? Why do I have black eye? Why my parents has brown eye but I have blue eye? Actually, everything is explained by the heredity. Why? Because of your parents, from your parents to in your body, the genetic material DNA passes. Okay, but why some of the traits are seen? For example, you may say that my parents, for example, my father has blue eye, but my mother has brown eye. Why do I have brown eye, not blue eye? Okay, actually, each and everything like this will be explained one by one. But you have to do scientific research about that, how it is transmitted from parents to offspring. Gregor Mendel actually has discovered it before. He studied not the human, because he is not able to wait generation to generation in human. He has to wait for centuries, okay, for decades. Why? Because the human from one generation to second generation, almost more than 6 years passed. Okay, he's not able to wait that much. But life cycle of the pea plant, for example, here is so less. That's why he is able to examine from one generation to second generation what kind of traits are going and how it is transmitted. Okay? Now, you will get the answer of your all questions in this experimentation. Okay, what did Gregor Mendel discover about heredity? Now, what he has done. Actually, we are curious about that. Why my eye color is similar with my grandfather but not father. Actually, it is the same question in the Gregor Mendel's mind. It was the same question, and he studied on the plants how those traits, how those characteristics are passing from one generation, from parents to offspring, and what are the rules and regulations he studied. Now, Gregor Mendel was an Austrian monk. In the 80s, Mendel performed the first major experiments in heredity. Mendel studied 7 characteristics of pea plant. What are 7 characteristics? We will study furthermore more, but we may mention over here. You are able to see shape of seeds. He actually examined one by one. Firstly, he examined shape of seeds, how it is transmitted. Color of seeds, how it is transmitted. Color of pods, okay? Shape of pods. Over here, plant's height, position of flower color. All of them are studied by Mendel. Okay, a characteristic is a feature that has different forms in a population. These are the characteristics. Okay, any feature. For example, eye color is characteristics. But how many types eye colors are present in the population? Many. For example, in human, we have red eye color, brown eye color, black eye color, etc. Now, what are those 7 characteristics? The 7 different characteristics Mendel studied were, firstly, plant height, flower, and pod position, seed shape, seed color, pod shape, pod color, and flower color. All of them are studied by Mendel, how those characteristics are transmitted from parents to the offspring, or is it able to be seen in the next generation, like from father to father the son, or father the offspring, or grandfather to offspring. Okay, all of them are studied one by one. We will see. Now, these are the characteristics. These are characteristics. Shape of seed, for example. Each characteristic has 2 different forms, sometimes more than 2. But here, there are 2. These different forms are called traits. You see, shape of seed has 2 characteristics. One of them is wrinkled, one of them is round. Either the offspring may have round seed or wrinkled seed, okay? Two traits can be seen in one characteristics. And Mendel studied which offspring has round seed, which offspring has wrinkled seed. Okay? One by one. Also, we will also study without knowing the gene, without knowing the DNA, without knowing the chromosomes. We should study with the Gregor Mendel how he studied, and we should see the same results. And we will get the same conclusion from this experimentation. Okay? Now, Mendel studied each characteristic separately, always starting with the plant that were true breeding. Okay? Now, firstly, he examined the plant which is able to have true breeding. What is true breeding? True breeding plants always produce offspring with the same trait if allowed to self-pollinate naturally. How? Look at here. This is, for example, pea plant flower. Okay, this is the pea plant flower, and in this flower you are able to see there are 2 organs: one male organ and female organ. Okay, this type of the property, this type of the feature are not able to be seen in all flowers. Some flowers has this. How? Female flower and male flower. This is female organ of the flower and male organ of the flower are present on the same flower. Then what happens? What is the benefit of it? You see, the pollen of this flower can fertilize the ovum of the same flower. Okay? Yani male and female organ can fertilize each other in the same flower. That's why genetic material is not able to be changed. Why? Father and mother are same one. Same thing actually, same plant. That's why the genetic material doesn't change. That's why, all the traits are transmitted to the offspring. Okay, how? For example, these purple plants, when they self-pollinate, pollination pollens are produced by the male organ of the flower, like sperms, and they are carried to the female organ of the same flower or different flower. Okay? Over here, the self-pollinate means that the same flower. Yani sperms goes to the same flower. Okay, you are able to see here, purple plants produces purple plants just, not other colors. Colors of the flowers all purple. Why? Because they have true breeding plants. They have same type of the genes. That's why they every time produce same type of the flower. Okay? I think you got it. You are able to understand here more. Now, Mendel crossing means that fertilization. Fertilization means that coming together of the two plants. Okay? What do? They just transfer the sperm from one plant to the another plant. Okay? This is also called crossing. Okay? They are crossed. Mendel crossed plants that were true breeding from producing yellow seed pods with plants that were true breeding for green seed pods. Now, you see here, one plant has green seed pods, another one has yellow seed pod. You see, both of them are true breeding. If it means that if yellow and yellow comes together, they produce just yellow pods, seed pods. Okay, but here it is also same. If green and green, this plant comes together with the green one, then it produces just green pods. But what did Mendel do? He took those two true breeding plant and he crossed each other. And result was interesting. As you see here, all offspring became green. None of them became yellow. Are you able to see here? All of the plants from the first generation produced green seed pod. You see, green seed pods. As you are able to know that in human being, for example, mother has blue eye, but father has brown eye. All children become brown eye. Why? I will explain furthermore in the next slide maybe. You see here also same. Green pod plant and the plant which has yellow seed pod, when they cross each other, they produce all green. None of them is yellow. All of the plants from the first generation, this is the first generation, produced green seed pods. Do you see? All of them are green seed pods. Mendel called the green seed pod the dominant trait, and the yellow seed pod the recessive one. You see, new terms. What is dominant? What is recessive? Look, whatever is able to be expressed in the generation in high amount, that is called dominant gene, dominant trait. Okay? Dominant traits are those traits which is able to show the expression of it on the phenotype, on the body. Okay? For example, here, which one is shown mostly? The green one. Why? Because it is dominant. It can actually eliminate the effect of yellow color trait, this gene. Okay? He called it, that's why, dominant. How about the recessive one? Recessive, which is not able to express its feature, it is characteristic, it is trait on the body of the new offspring. Okay? That's called recessive. Actually, the yellow color, as you see also here, the DNA of the yellow color, this trait, is also present in the offspring, but it is not able to shown in the body. Like in green. Green can be shown. Why? Because it prevents the expression of the yellow color. It shows itself because it is dominant. It is stronger one. Okay, like, brown eyes in the human. It is stronger than blue eyes. That's why blue eyes are not able to see in mostly. The black eye or, brown eyes are able to be seen. In the plants, you see green one is able to show its trait more than yellow one. That's why this is dominant gene trait, we can say this is recessive trait.